Good evening, I'm Olivia Landis, joined by the very talented Karlee Schwartzkopf here in Moby Arena, where the Colorado State men's basketball team just defeated Utah State 69-52. Now, Karlee, the Rams officially move up to 8-4 in conference play. This was huge. We talked about how they cannot lose another home game if they want to really make claim to that first place tie in conference. This was a little bit of a sloppy game, though.
Yeah, and it was sloppy, but Colorado State has really been on a roll, been winning 4 games in a row now. But like you said, it was a sloppy game, especially in the first quarter. I felt like there was just the basket was just covered. No team could make anything. It wasn't really till the second quarter that both teams really started, getting in the groove of the game, and Emmanuel Mogwell definitely got in his groove, picked up his 14th double-double of the season. Going into this game, he was ranked 14th in Division I for double-doubles. That was when he had 13. He just hit another one, 14. Easily a great top 10 player in all Division I basketball.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be in that top 10 in the nation with those double-doubles. And rebounding, super huge. That is where the Rams really excel, is on the boards. Another player for Colorado State, Gian Clavel, with 24 points and 4 rebounds. Half of those 24 points came in the last 5 minutes of the second half. So just the fact that he's a player that can really just get set off, so we see him, go off, especially in the second half of the game. That's what the Rams really need.
Yeah, and Prentice Nixon also had a great night as well. 11 points, 7 rebounds. But like you said, rebounds really were the key to the Rams offense today. And especially with their big guys, they stepped up. I think you said, Nico Caravaggio, you said this all game, had a great game. What do you think about him tonight?
Nico Caravaggio, I think this is the best game we've seen him play all season. 11 points, 8 rebounds. He was a monster on the boards, and this is the type of player we've been wanting to see out of him all season. He was aggressive not only on the boards, but he was there offensively, and I think that's what they really need to excel. This is the Magnificent Seven. That name has stuck, and people are starting to notice this team. 7 players who is making this much of a dent in the conference. This is huge.
Oh yeah, that is something that absolutely needs to be talked about. And we did talk about, how CSU really does well in terms of shooting, but really the big guy stepped up tonight.
Quinn Taylor, who had 11 points for Utah State. Utah State was a little, they did really well shooting. They outshot the Rams, especially on the 3-point, but it just wasn't there for them tonight.
Yeah, another great player for Utah State was Jalen Moore. He had 10 points, 9 rebounds, but really they had no flow the entire game. It just kind of felt like they had no energy, which they have been struggling in the conference this season. But going into halftime, they were only down by 10 to the Rams. So they played them pretty tough in the first half, but the second half, especially when Gian just started hitting all his shots, it was game over for them.
Yeah, and one thing you can give Utah State credit for is they can really move the ball well, especially on offense. They're able to, get the ball out of the hand quickly. They move off the ball, which is something we're not used to seeing. But this is a tough conference. This was an important game for the Rams. They did take the win home tonight, and I think that's what is the most important story.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is all the updates we have for you tonight, but be sure to check out our Twitter handles and CTV YouTube channel for more updates.